I'm happy to share the podium with Tom and to make sure that we can clearly identify how the two organizers, ICEHTMC and Global Clinical Engineering Alliance, find ways to continue to promote and share the large field of clinical engineering. So what we are starting with is the lining up of the awards. You know that if you don't recognize the excellence, it's hard for people to understand what is that we expect them to reach. When you demonstrate a peak, when you demonstrate an excellence, when you demonstrate a good positive model, then you increase the ability of the rest of the field to come up and catch up with this model. In clinical engineering, we had very few opportunities in the international field to recognize it. There are many biomedical engineering societies, there are other trade associations, but I don't believe that in the international field we had many recognition as much as we should have. So when I joined ICEHTMC, I lit the fire under the idea of professional recognition with Tony Easty from Canada, and we start recognizing excellence in the field and created categories: individual, group, manuscript writing. And now that we have also the Global Clinical Engineering Alliance in the field, we add one more, specifically looking at the international collaboration, how National Clinical Engineering Association in one country is taking the proactive action to help another country in health technology management and clinical engineering program development. So with that introduction, I'll ask Tom to start introducing the CED awards.
And again, you know, there's another award time tomorrow night, as you recall, and that will be, we sent out a video, a press release of that at the beginning of last week, and so many of you know about that, but we'll bring that back up again tomorrow night and show that video and honor people around the Manuscript Award, the individual CED Award, and the Teamwork Awards, as well as the GCEA Collaboration Between the Countries Award. But tonight, yes, tonight, no, we don't do no junk. All right, so what were the Challenge Awards about? We remember this great best practice from the Rome Congress led by Stefano Bergamasco and AIIC and their friends there. So the HT Challenge Award, 12 categories. We're all familiar with them. So what are the selection criteria? The highest competence score in each of those categories. We had about an 85 person, and several of them are in this room. If a great sample are in this room with us right this moment, but scientific committee reviewers, subject matter experts, and I think I already said this, about 85 of those folks, you know, as we prepared for what was to be Orlando and is now this virtual Congress. And so each of, you know, you don't want me to get lost in the numbers. About 400 people or 400 different presentations were considered. 370 ended up getting submitted. 700 people behind them. I'll stop with the numbers thing. But, you know, we selected between the short courses yesterday and the program today and tomorrow, 210 different presentations with, probably 250 people behind them because several of them were, multiple people involved. Okay, Tom, get to the point. For the two topics receiving the most abstract submissions, HTM and COVID, for obvious reasons, the biggest issue in our normal world and the added issue of COVID, we selected two. So you're going to see 14 winners if you're keeping up with the math. 12 categories, but two of them have 2 winners each. And here we go. HTA, Mr. Hayden from Ireland. First one of the day, outstanding. And this particular individual also had a presentation in another session about I think it was the Equals Initiative as Ireland supports Zambia. So we love their heads, we love their hearts. Great job, Mr. Hayden. HTM, all right. So this colleague is the leader of the National Society alongside his friends Mohammed Ashrafuzzaman and Anwar Hussain, Dr. Hussain, who got his doctorate in recent days, and we celebrate that. But this is that third colleague in Bangladesh that drives that society, and his presentation in HTM was a winner. HTM2, a younger practitioner. Some of the people around here said earlier today, girl power. I thought it was woman power, but that's just me. Dr. David?
So in digital health is no surprise, Elliot Sloan got the award. And I would like to make the point that Tom is saying the winner. It's actually a calculated algorithm that different people look at the submission and figure out the impact of the topic, the educational value, and the possibility of creating additional curiosity. So that's interesting concept. And we put it together and we quantify it numerically and came up, and Elliot was one of the highest score throughout. And I'm delighted to see that.
There's no surprise about that.
System management goes to Italy, Lorenzo Leogrande. Then we looked at quality and safety. That was very hard competition there.
I think our colleague might be
and Carlos Alejandro Bassi Viviani. Congratulations to you. Innovation, Danielle.
Yes.
Home care was a new field, but still several apps that came through, and this particular one was triggering our judges to look at particular reasons, and they found that to be tremendously interesting and of curiosity.
And one of about a dozen from Ireland, so way to go, Frank.
Frank, you're right. Policy and regulation, Marta Mulera, and she was in our session today.
Yep.
And Antonio and I co-moderate that. And actually, one of the earlier paper raised question, and she said, wait till I'll give my presentation. The answers are there, and it was perfect.
And I got to say something else about Martha, besides that, at her younger age, to be a global award winner, she is also a student. So this is really a double award for her being a student under age 35 and a graduate student, and the best paper in policy and regulation.
Education and credentialing.
That is not a surprise, right?
Going to Professor Toby Clark.
Who is retiring from the not going anywhere. We're not letting him go.
He's retiring from the administrative responsibility and will continue to
But Miss
teach.
Laura Clark will not let him go anywhere. Laura Clark.
And in global, Binseng Wang.
The Vincent Wang.
I know that guy.
Yeah. Tremendously, one of the, if not the highest.
Highest score and interesting presentation.
Yes. Yes. Unfortunately, we had to judge also papers that came about the virus and the COVID-19. Claudio Mirovich from Spain, working tightly with World Dog.
From Argentina, living in Spain.
From Spain before he left.
Yeah.
From Spain before he left Argentina.
It's just like
And before you
Argentina.
leave it, Claudio, running a very successful clinical engineering facilities design management practice, but then was grabbed by WHO and has done wonderful work for the world for facilities.
Yeah.
And I think he was just following the message.
Something about Messi and the.
Yeah.
Messi working in,
It's the
Spain
Messi
now.
of the,
Paris Saint-Germain, yes. Marketing of the CE
I've heard of
profession.
this guy.
Oh.
Said Khalil from Brazil.
Later, he's chilling in Spain right now, thanks.
He's on a flight, right? Could not join
All
us.
right.
He's on the flight.
All right, so
The
some other
students-
selections.
Students Awards. We had to put the category of 35 years or younger because we have several people that
And a graduate student.
or a graduate student, undergraduate, highest student score, we recognize in the 12 tracks, just like the other that you just watched. And we were careful not to have student submission. In,
There's a couple old people tracks, don't worry about it. Beatrice.
in health technology assessment, delighted to recognize Beatrice Paniaga. She did today. Health technology management, Mariana Ribeiro Brandao.
And I was in that section and she was great. Analyzing adversity. Yep.
In digital health, Kathy Stokes from the UK. In system management,
Our colleague from Cameroon.
Janku Chutat Lionel.
Great job, Cameroon.
In safety,
Those Italians.
Giovanna Di Bello.
Sorry.
Giordana Di Bello.
Peruvians.
In innovation, Leslie Yesenia Siza UNA.
My student.
Oh, and a lot of these people are probably Leandro Pecchia's students too.
Rosanna students, great. Home care,
A student of our friends in Bangladesh, Hasnubat Tabassum Murin. That's my best guess.
again, COVID-19,
Working with Sandra Rocha in Mexico. Very proud of her.
Kevin Salinas Fellow,
What? Davide again? He's
short
online
courses,
and Leandro's grinning, even though that's just his picture.
short courses, Davida Biagio.
So yesterday there were 3 short courses. This was one of our great graduate students. Oh, he was a winner in Rome too, Yanni. He
And-
keeps doing great work. What can we do?
And I take it that was a short course on how to write a
It
paper.
was.
So he knows how to write.
And his professor, I don't know, Professor, you will make a comment there? Dr. Pecchia?
Are you sure I should? Probably I may ruin the moment. I don't think I can do any better. I don't think I can do any better than them.
And he might be from Italy too, but that's okay.
By the way, also Getty Stoke is from our library, yeah?
Okay. Yadin, you
So-
want to tell about the special benefits?
So as we did in Rome during the third International Clinical Engineering and Health Technology Management Congress 2019, we offer special consideration to all the winners to take their abstract, develop a full manuscript, and submit to the Global Clinical Engineering Journal, and they will get an accelerated and special review of their manuscript. The website is on the bottom of the page. I do emphasize that it is actually a double-blind, peer-reviewed journal. Okay,
All right, so one more time for all those winners.
Yay.